Every night at 3:17 a.m., the old house whispered my name, and last night, it whispered someone else's. Story. I moved into the house on Hollow Creek Lane just before winter. It was cheap, suspiciously cheap, but I needed a place fast. The realtor called it a fixer-upper, but it looked more like something straight out of a ghost story. The first night, I noticed something odd. The moment my clock hit 3:17 a.m., I heard it a faint whisper. At first, I thought it was the wind brushing through the broken attic window. But then it spoke. It said my name, not just once, but over and over. A soft, dragging voice, like someone gasping for air. Liam. I didn't tell anyone. Who would believe me? I recorded the next night. Nothing on the tape, just silence. But I heard it again, every single night. Then, something changed. One night, I stayed awake, staring at the ceiling, my heart racing as the clock ticked closer to 3:17. The house creaked and groaned as usual, but when the clock struck, the voice said a new name. Emily. Emily was my younger sister. She had no idea I'd moved. I hadn't spoken to her in years. I called her immediately. No answer. I drove all night to her apartment. It was abandoned. Her neighbor said she hadn't been seen in 2 days. Terrified, I returned to the house, desperate for answers. That night, I whispered into the darkness. What do you want? The voice replied, clear this time. To come back. My lights flickered, the walls seemed to breathe, and then I saw it a shadow on the staircase. It moved like it had no bones, crawling instead of walking. Its face was pale, hollow-eyed, and its mouth never moved, even though I heard it speak. You brought me here, Liam. I realized then, I hadn't found this house. It had found me. The voice wasn't calling for help, it was calling to feed. Each name was a soul it took, and now it wanted more. The last night I stayed there, I set fire to the house, but before I left, just before the flames took hold, I heard one final whisper, we're not done yet. Now, I hear the voice wherever I go, and last night, at exactly 3:17 a.m., it whispered your name. I always hated mirrors at night, but nothing terrified me more than the day my reflection didn't move. Let's start it. It started on a Thursday. I was brushing my teeth late at night, half asleep, staring at the mirror. Everything seemed normal until I turned to grab my towel. Out of the corner of my eye, my reflection didn't move. It was still staring at me. Frozen. I spun back, and everything was fine. The reflection caught up, perfectly in sync. Maybe I was just tired, overthinking, right? The next night, it happened again. But this time, the reflection smiled, even though I wasn't. That wasn't tiredness. That was wrong. I stopped looking into mirrors after that. I covered them. Avoided reflections, glass windows, phone cameras, even spoons. I told my roommate, Sam, but he just laughed. You've been watching too many horror movies, he said, until the night he screamed. I ran into the bathroom. Sam was shaking, pale as a ghost. He pointed to the mirror. It was you, but not you. It smiled at me, like it knew something I didn't. We left the apartment that night, checked into a cheap hotel, no mirrors anywhere. It followed us. In the TV screen's black reflection, I saw it again, standing behind me, grinning, slowly raising its hand while mine stayed down. I turned. Nothing there. I didn't sleep. Next morning, Sam was gone. No note, no call, no trace. I went back to the apartment, hoping maybe I'd imagined it all. I uncovered the bathroom mirror. There I was, but my reflection was tired, bloody, and it moved before I did. Then it spoke. I'm free now. And then it blinked twice, like it was testing out its new body. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. The reflection reached out and the glass shattered. Now I sit here, in the mirror, watching, waiting. And you? You're standing too close. Don't blink.